Let's get into it. Sold not for no. Coach Colin news. Ryan Garcia. I don't know if you guys heard about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a boxer. He is somebody who is saying a lot of wild things. One of the things that he said was that he was brought to Bohemian Grove, that he was tied down and forced to watch unspeakable acts that involved people who were young. Terrible stuff to have to endure. Terrible stuff to have to talk about. And then he said, okay, now keep in mind, said he was tied down, also somehow got a video of what was going on. So he got loose. Like, this is just me. So he must have got loose. And instead of stacking bodies, instead of doing that, because, you got to save these kids, he pulled out the phone and recorded a video. That's his story. Makes a lot of sense. But, I was very skeptical when I first heard this whole thing, especially when it comes to boxers. They will do anything to promote fights. UFC as well. When it comes to these guys who want to promote fights, they're willing to do whatever. Then Ryan Garcia jumps on the Patrick Bet-David podcast. Those are the clips I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you a bunch of Patrick Bet-David talking with Ryan Garcia, a couple of videos, and a couple of other things that I know about the guy. All in all, spoiler alert, I think this guy is a trash human being for making this story up. Let's get into it.
You trolled the entire world with the fight.
Yeah,
so was this all an act? What part of it was real? Tell us about it.
I mean, my cameraman Chance, Ajay's there. Hey, we have it pre-recorded months ago. What did I say was gonna happen? I said I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Wow, it's just gonna be called the Great Escape. Like, I have it all documented. I was already planning it, weeks and weeks and months behind. I don't know what made me come up with the idea, honestly. I just one day just decided just to go all in and just commit to a plan that I had. And I was not going to budge for nobody. It didn't matter if I went on his podcast, anybody's podcast. I was acting like sporadic, like just like crazy. I'll go on
your mannerisms, you were just like
spaces. I'll do this with my nose. Like, it's just a tick. I had everything but then you make adjustments too. What was real though is at times I did drink a little bit during camp because I like to drink.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of different things I want to ask you about, a lot of different questions, a lot of different topics. And what's so funny is we just had you on the podcast 2.5 months ago, and a lot's happened obviously in 2.5 months. So you ever seen the movie Primal Fear?
Mm-mm.
You guys ever seen Primal Fear or no? You've never seen Primal Fear with Edward Norton. Who here has seen Primal
I like
Fear?
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton's a sick guy. He's one of the best.
Primal Fear, it's a movie where Edward Norton plays two personalities, and he fools everybody. And at the end of the movie, he claps for Richard Gere, okay? Do you feel like you fooled everybody with this whole thing? So, and if yes, you think you can do that twice? Because the second time around, people are going to be, you can only do that one time. You can't do it twice.
No, you can.
You think you can?
No, for sure. I just got to let me cook. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll go into like the I'm super disciplined narrative, or maybe I just act even crazier. Maybe I take it to a step too far, maybe. Or maybe I make it look like it's a step too far. Who knows? We never know.
You ever read 40 Laws of Power?
I don't know.
Ever read Art of Seduction? 33 Strategies of War? Did you speak to Jake Paul? Did you talk to Conor before? Did you watch something that inspired you to want to, change your approach of marketing for a fight? What got you to say, I'm going to take a complete different approach with marketing this fight?
Well, it was just basically, it kept on unraveling itself. If I'm being quite honest, it was more of it wasn't so much like my ideas, like more of just wisdom coming from God, and then I just made adjustments as I went. Like, I would have these strong, feelings or just urges, like nicks from the Holy Spirit to do this, do that, do this, do that, and then like God always cleaned up everything that I was doing, because I felt like on the one side there was like I had the enemy pushing me to do certain things, and then I had God, and then it was just like no matter what happened, God always made it right. So I would have to give all the credit to God and the wisdom of God and the Holy Spirit.
Man, I'm so sad that I've become one of those people that can get taken in by anybody who talks about God, because I've had such a moving experience myself, and I know some people who are really into it, you know, not just, you know, Christians, but Jewish people, you know, Muslims, that have become great people because of their framework with God and scripture and, you know, discipline in that realm. But got taken in by this guy, man. I heard that type of talk and I'm like, oh man, you know, the enemy's after him. Oh, the enemy's after him. But this whole thing that he was talking about, he made all of it up. All of it. Every single thing. He was just trolling. He was just trying to make up a fight. And we're going to get back to this whole can you do it twice thing, because that's exactly what he's building up to for his next fight. And I think it's absolutely horrendous. Now, I'm going to play this really quick. Patrick Bet-David was covering everything that was going on with him because he was staging these videos where he would sit and be like, I'm fine. He would act all crazy online and then make a video and then make people speculate, oh man, I think the enemy's got him. The Illuminati's got to him and this and that. Man, and believe me, I'm all aboard for that conversation because that does happen all the time. And I've been I've been researching stuff like that for at least, I don't know, I'd say 20 years. 20 years I've been looking into it before people even knew what the Illuminati was. You couldn't even say that conversationally. People had no idea what you're talking about. But this guy took full advantage of it. Here, look this.
Being real taken advantage. And I personally wanted just to send out a video to the people that love me and my fans and family that's concerned that I'm okay. I'm not dead. I believe in Jesus. All those are lies. And, you know, they try to put me in jail. They're blocking my cards. I can't access my money. Nobody's hitting me back. I don't know what's going on, but just know I'm okay. Look.
Okay. First of all, let's address, he looks like he's under duress. He looks like by the way.
Nah, he's not under duress. See, and here's the thing. I should have known that this was some kind of stunt when I saw this guy get with Andrew Tate. Because Andrew Tate, you know, like him or not, he knew how to get himself spread throughout the internet. I myself think it was aided by the CIA. That's just me. You tell me your dad's in the CIA, and then you become the most famous person in the world. I'm thinking there's a connection. I've read weird scenes of Laurel Canyon. That type of thing happens. But as soon as I saw him next to Andrew Tate, I should have known. But still, I was like, oh, this guy, you know, he's going through this journey with God and people are attacking him. And I can't show the actual live stream that him and Andrew Tate did. YouTube doesn't like when you cover people that they've decided shouldn't be heard anymore. But I'll talk about it. So what happened was they had this live that they did together, and they spoke about Bohemian Grove. So Ryan calls him. They get on this live. Ryan's clearly drunk. He's clearly drunk. He's slurring his words. He's talking about Alex Jones. He's saying Alan Jones. He's like, I got, you know, Alan, just like Alan Jones. Just like Alan Jones, man. Like, oh, man, like they tied me down. They tied me down. And he's talking about being tied down at Bohemian Grove. And it was just all of the key buzzwords that society kind of goes to like a moth to light nowadays. You hear Bohemian Grove, a new Bohemian Grove story, and you're saying you got tied, that you were forced to be there and you got tied down, and you have video footage of something terrible happening to young people. Like everybody was just like, whoa, it was all the things that people are trying to cast out, trying to expose, you know? And we should have known. We should have known better. 100% should have known better. And I kind of did, because in his live, he said he was tied down, but he got a video. And I already touched on that at the beginning. He was tied down, but he got a video. It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to show you another clip of him talking about this situation. And now his story's changed, of how he came to know about Bohemian Grove. It's absolutely ridiculous. First, I'm just going to play this clip. It's another video of him just straight up marketing, acting like as if the Illuminati's after him.
And Garcia.
What the fuck? No, hold on. I don't know nothing. Yeah, it is, bro. Fucking start getting, bro.
He's running, and then it goes and it cuts out.
I don't know about that.
And then
So, Rob, can you play the other clip with Devin Haney? Check your text, Rob. If you can play the other clip with Devin Haney in the press conference with De La Hoya standing behind him.
what do you think? And you. By the way, he was sitting here. You spoke.
So that little clip there, that was them saying, "Oh man, somebody was after him," and that somebody's. Let me tell you something, okay? Just from learning about certain political people, maybe a female, maybe maybe a female who ran for president once and her husband was president, just knowing about those people and how they handle business, allegedly. If somebody's after this guy and they get him, guess what? The thing's not going to be posted on social media, his last words or him running away. So he staged that thing as well. Again, such a dirty thing to make up. Such a dirty thing. And even at this point, he still claims that he has a video while he's on a podcast at Mar-a-Lago. So you're at Mar-a-Lago with this video. That you're telling me that you have this thing that nobody else has, and you're just waiting. You're just sitting back. And on top of that, you told the public? Wouldn't that just put a target on you? Wouldn't this guy just have, got real depressed out of nowhere and did something? You know what I mean? Like, what would have happened to him? Like, think about that. If you had something like that, would you tell anybody? And the second that you did tell anybody, you'd make sure to put the thing out. That way they can't be after you. It's exactly what Bob Lazar did. Bob Lazar was fearing for his life, so he made sure to tell as many people as he could. And he showed them the exact spots where he worked. He made sure. He's like, I think they're going to take me out, so I'm going to make sure other people have the information. That's usually what happens. Ryan Garcia, for some reason, he's sitting back. And listen, Bob Lazar, that's just fun alien stuff. This guy's saying he has something absolutely disturbing on video, and he's just keeping it close to the chest. Again, trash human being for making this up, man.
So Bohemian Grove, you said you have a video that you saw.
Well, there's actually many stories on it, and there's actually a lot of people that have come forward to me, and there's actually really people in the front lines of all this. I'm in contact with them. His name is Jaco. I'm not gonna say his last name, but basically, he's a big advocate. He goes to Congress all the time to speak about child sex trafficking, and he could confirm all these things. A lot of these things, I have experienced not only like spiritually in my spiritual senses before I even knew about the Bohemian Grove. He's a testament to it. I had a vision like in 2021. I seen like a beast coming out of San Francisco, and I seen the San Francisco Bridge, and then I seen like the woods, and I seen people doing really weird things. And I went up to my friend. I said, "Hey man, is there a place that people do weird things in the woods? I'm just curious." And he was like, "Well, what are you talking about, Bohemian Grove?" And I didn't know what it was, but that was 2021. So I've just been able to I'm very spiritually gifted, so I could see things before they happen because of God. And there's countless stories of that happening.
The kids, did you actually have videos of kids, things that
I actually do. I do have videos.
You have videos?
Yes, we have videos.
Who has seen them? Who have you shown them to?
The guy Jaco. He has them. We're going to go to Congress with it.
Has anybody else here seen them? Have you guys seen the videos?
No, they have not seen them.
You guys have never seen the videos? Mm-mm. Okay, so you've not shown it to anybody else. It's just you and him that have.
Yeah.
Now, is it something you have access to or he has access to?
We both do.
You both have access to. Okay. Why haven't you shown it yet if you have those videos?
I'm just not going to put that on the internet. And then there's also other people that have videos, and they're victims. But I'm not going to put that on the internet. That's disgusting.
How high are some of these people? Is it because these guys are higher up, powerful people that you don't expose them?
Well, I mean, everything's in people's faces. You don't got to look too far. You know what I mean? There's so many stories. I mean, this is not even a conspiracy at this point. At the end of the day, all these things can be traced and documented. And for me to show proof, it's just kind of funny because it's right in front of everybody's face. They paint it in the illusion that it's a conspiracy, but it's not a conspiracy if there's proof.
You see what I mean? His story completely changed. His story at first was he was tied down, forced to watch, somehow got loose, recorded a video. Now all of a sudden the story is, before I even knew about Bohemian Grove, I asked a friend. Then if you notice when he's talking, He says, yeah, I have the video, but I'm not going to put that on the internet. He goes, there's other people who were victims who also have video. What are you talking about? Let's be real here. Anyone who's a victim, anybody who's been to that island, anybody who's Bohemian Grove, they're not going to, the victims who are brought there for that purpose, they're not going to have their phones. And they're definitely not going to be doing this while it's happening. What is he talking about? It's absolutely ridiculous. And then to say, when he says none of these guys have seen him, you know who he's pointing at? His best and longest friends. So you have this video, your best and longest friends. You don't show anyone, but you show some guy who you clearly don't know that well, who you say is in front of Congress all the time. I actually searched up that name. You can't find anything to do with helping children and this guy Jaco in front of Congress. There's none of it. That's not a thing. This guy made all this up just to promote a fight. And then when we go back to what he said, what Patrick Bet-David said, he said, you can't do this twice. He said, yeah, I can. You just got to give me time to think of what to do and what angle to take. What a trash human being to do that type of stuff. It's crazy. Crazy to make that up. I didn't get that type of assaulted when I was a kid, but I did get assaulted when I was a kid, when I was 8. And if somebody saw it and just filmed it and then just decided not to show it because they wanted to take their time with it, oh my God. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Man. I can't. Yeah, man. Just so gross. So gross. And I should have known. I should have known when I seen him with Andrew Tate. It should have just been right there. I should have just went, oh, okay. Okay, he's doing a thing. He's doing a thing. Because Tate's good at that. Tate will do a thing. He knows how to build a story and get exposure. He knows how to do that really, really well. As soon as I saw Ryan with him, I should have known right away. To make that up, though, inexcusable. The fact that Patrick Bet-David didn't push harder, that Vinny didn't push harder, absolutely crazy. The fact that you have this video and that you're not showing it, because this is what happened. One time he was on a live with someone else, this podcaster named George Janko, and he was like, if I had a video like this, everything in my life would stop because I'd want to expose these people. He goes, why haven't you? And Ryan actually said this. He goes, why would I? He goes, and he starts naming off all these things. One of the things he named was that he got a record deal for like $5 or $10 million or something like that. He's like, all of that's because of all this notoriety, all this attention that I'm gaining. He's like, so why would I do that? I'm going to hold on to it. What? Think about what we're talking about. Bohemian Grove, tied down, made to watch these type of acts. You have a video and you're holding on to it because you're gaining attention. Bro, trash human being. I don't even believe that he has any video, but to just make that up and stick to that story just so you could gain some notoriety to your fight so you could make money is the grossest thing. And it's a perfect depiction of society. A good-looking guy who's able to trick people, does so solely so he can make tons of money. Perfect depiction of where society's going right now. And people still hold this guy on a pedestal. They still look at him like as if he is somebody who's going to expose the elite. And he doesn't plan on doing any of that. Ryan Garcia tricked all of us. All of us. And if you believe him, all good. You can say it in the comment section. No, Ryan's legit. Ryan is not legit. And I will bet money with anybody that he is never going to be in front of Congress. And when it happens that he exposes that he's not in front of Congress, he's going to make it look like someone silenced him. That's exactly what's going to happen. And it's going to be around the time of his next fight. Watch. Absolutely gross. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, share. Gotta leave on a positive note, right? You want to bet money? Whoever has money, you want to bet some money? We can bet some money on them. I'm down. Actually, no. Am I allowed to do that? I don't even know if I'm allowed. Am I allowed to do that on YouTube? Never mind. It's an expression. It's just an expression. It's just an expression. Want to bet? Like that. It's not a real thing. Anyways, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm out.